The 2020 presidential campaign is officially underway with seemingly a new candidate announcing every single day, which raises the question, what do Americans expect from a presidential candidate, or for that matter, any candidate running for public office? Because if you expect perfect, I hate to break it to you, the perfect candidate doesn't exist. I ask the question because it seems in politics nowadays it comes down to what you are willing to forgive in your candidate. Donald Trump supporters forgave a lot. In the 2016 campaign, story after story would surface that would have destroyed most candidates. But Donald Trump won and became president. Was that a turning point in American politics? It sure does seem so, because since the 2016 presidential election, the past has come back to haunt several public office holders or those trying for public office, and they have survived.
Ms. Ramirez and Ms. Swetnick.
Brett Kavanaugh became a Supreme Court justice, even though there were claims of sexual misconduct by him in high school and college.
The Swetnick thing is a joke. That is a farce.
And Virginia Governor Ralph Northam seems like he will survive a blackface medical school yearbook picture.
I don't have any plans to resign.
We live in a world now where political parties will pay huge sums of money to companies that only exist to dig up opposition research. Anything a candidate says, anything he or she writes, any party he or she went to, anything he or she posted on social media, and any picture that candidate may have taken can be used against them. Anything that can embarrass an opposition candidate. But make no mistake, dirty politics is nothing new. For instance, we can go all the way back to 1828 and what is considered the dirtiest presidential campaign in history, with President John Quincy Adams claiming that challenger Andrew Jackson's wife was sleeping around, and Jackson saying that President Adams hired prostitutes. The big difference now is that dirty politics has become big business. And because there's been so much of it, it would seem that voters are building up some type of immunity to the onslaught of negative stories. For instance, it's already come out that in 1992, New Jersey Senator Cory Booker wrote in the Stanford Daily newspaper that he regrets forcing himself sexually on a woman. And it's already come out in that same year, 1992, that Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren put that she was part Native American on an application to teach at Harvard. Both incidents happened over 25 years ago, and both senators are now running for president. We are a nation that is built on second chances and redemption. Millions came here from around the world for just that, and many of us have religious beliefs that are built on the foundation of forgiveness because we are all sinners. And yet, for some of us, it would seem that redemption and forgiveness is something that is expected, but not easily given, especially for those in the public spotlight. Now, I get that we should expect something more from those seeking the most powerful position on earth, and only you get to decide the criteria for your vote. But I hope you understand that the dark underbelly of politics is populated by unscrupulous people who profit greatly from your desire to not only disagree, but to hate the people on the other side of the political divide. For instance, when a headline hits the Washington Post in 2012 during the presidential campaign that Republican candidate Mitt Romney was a bully at a prep school in 1965, do you really think it was the reporter who dug that up? No. I can almost guarantee that that story was handed to him from the opposition research team working for the opposing candidate. And I know that because I was an investigative reporter for a long time, and I got those phone calls and did those stories all of the time. You see, it's not just voters that are drawn to the darkness, it's reporters too. Again, though, it's your vote, and you get to decide what is important and what is not. But in the next few months, expect to be inundated with past indiscretions by all of these candidates. And I just want you to understand from whence they came and why they're resurfacing now. I'm Larry Menti. Talk again soon.